Hello again. So now I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite directors, Quentin Tarantino. I don't know if you say it like that in American, Quentin Tarantino, because in French you say, well, I know it's not French, but in French you say Quentin Tarantino. So if you say Quentin, yeah, I guess you say Quentin Tarantino. So I don't have obviously all of his movies, but I have one of, well, obviously they're all great, but I have one of the best ones for me. Well, there's one missing, one of my favorite ones, which is Inglourious Basterds. But I have one of my 4 favorites, and this is my favorite one actually. My other favorite director is Woody Allen, but I guess if you ask someone 2 of their favorite film directors, it's always going to be Woody Allen and Quentin Tarantino, even if they're both really different, both really different, but at the same time they're both really similar because they're 2 artists and 2 geniuses in every how do you say, in every so in literature you have like Émile Zola, you have in painting you have Picasso, in poesy you have oh god, there's so many. I can't think of I have a blank as usual. Shit, I have loads of books then, and I can't even think. But yeah, so Tarantino. So my favorite, I think, I'm sure it's the favorite for everyone, Pulp Fiction. So there's so many things to say about this movie. I think, I'm guessing, I'm not really good with history and with directors and stuff, but I'm guessing it's one of his first movies. The one I have here is, I'm sure that's one of his first ones. Maybe it's his first one. I don't really know. I know he's one of my favorite directors, but I don't really know much. I just love the movies. So I can analyze a lot about the movies, but I don't really know much about the history of his filmmaking. But so yeah, Pulp Fiction. Oh god, what I love the most is the acting, and that's what I love the most in films, is the acting, because it's what you see in movies, and the music. Well, it's what you hear and what you see. So it's not. That's why I have trouble reading. Well, for a start, I have trouble concentrating. So I could read the loads of sentences and not even remember what I've just read. So read it again and again and not remember. And I have problem visualizing as well. So I would have trouble visualizing the character, and there you just have it in your face. And I love like the beauty of actors. So here you have Uma Thurman, who I find beautiful, in a way, yeah, she's really beautiful and interesting. And I love, well, it's his genius. He has these long conversations, which wouldn't be like reality, or kind of, because you have these long, weird conversations sometimes with people, which have sometimes no sense. Like the McDonald's conversation in the car with the 2 mafioso guys, with what's his name again, of the actor, John Travolta, and oh, I love him. Shit, I'm shit with names of actors. I'm shit with loads of stuff actually. Yes, it's Samuel L. Jackson, who I love. Yeah, so they talk about McDonald's, a quarter pounder. Oh, actually, they talk about rolled. Well, how do you call the quarter pounder cheese in France? A royal cheese. So yeah, that's really funny. Well, royal cheese. Well, for a French person, it's not strange because royal cheese. Voilà. So yeah. And what I love the most is the scene in, here, in the diner, and I love it when she says, I can't remember exactly because what she says, I love it when you can just shut the fuck up with someone. I can't exactly remember the exact line, and I like that because yeah, it's true. If you can just shut the fuck up with someone, well, yeah. And so there's all, oh, and I like it, that scene as well, with at the beginning. So this couple is just chatting of stupid things, and suddenly they get up, and, and the woman who was all lovey-dovey says, if someone moves, oh, I can't remember what she says again. I'll shoot the motherfucking. she was all lovey-dovey, and suddenly she becomes this horrible. It's just that's really Tarantino. Like, he's really cru, how you would say in French. Like, he's really, sometimes he can be really, really cru is like I don't know how you say in English. Well, in Kill Bill, obviously, you know, like all the blood and I don't know. Look it up, like cru, C-R-U, in I don't know how you say in English. Cru. It's a really good word in French. Cru is like a. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. So I just really like this movie, and I like, well, obviously in all the no, it's not in all the Tarantino movies, but like in Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction, you get all these flashbacks, and it's like a jigsaw. Come on, puzzle, jigsaw, puzzle. You say puzzle in French, jigsaw. So you go back and forth, and that you get a lot of that in Kill Bill. So it is like a jigsaw. You have to put the pieces together to get the whole picture, and I like that about the movie. So to understand the whole movie, you have to watch it from beginning to end, because otherwise you wouldn't understand anything. And from time to time in the movie, you say, "Oh yeah, I just got it. Oh, so he is. Oh." So at the in the moment in the movie, you're at the beginning, and Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, and they just got back from the gun thing where they had to shoot whoever. And they come back to the big guy, and they're in t-shirts, and we're like, why are they wearing t-shirts? And you just understand at the end. So I just love those movies where you just understand everything at the end. And it's just really funny when they call this guy up and they have to clean all the car up with all the blood. I love these films where it's funny, good setup, good acting, good music. Oh, the music is great. I mean, it's like a Luc Besson films, like you have everything. Well, I'm just thinking of The Fifth Element. It's not all the Luc Besson films are like that, but The Fifth Element for me is like that. You have good acting, good music, good costumes, good scenario. Everything is perfect from beginning to end in every category. And for me, if a film has that, it's just perfect. So yeah, so Tarantino has that, obviously, in all his movies. So yeah, Pulp Fiction is amazing, yeah. And I love it. My favourite of Tarantino. Kill Bill, my second favourite. Actually, I'm saying, yeah, because I'm hesitating with, well, this is also good because I love as well, Inglourious Bastards, but because the subjects are really, really so sad in a way. It's hard. I'm so sensible. Oh, because French you say sensible, so I'm having trouble all the time translating. But sensitive, I think, yeah. So it's hard. Well, actually, all the Tarantino movies are really cru, as I said, so whew. But Inglourious Basterds and Django, these two last movies, the subjects are really hard, so yeah, that's the good word. How I would say hard to translate cru. I'm not sure. Oh, God. So, Kill Bill. Same Jigsaw. And really great music. I love the music. I love the music. I think it's called Bang Bang. I think. Yeah, I think that's a new song from. God, they're all called Bang Bang from nowadays. The songs. Can't remember. God, I just had a Birmingham accent. Can't remember. So yeah, I love it when, like, a bit like in Pulp Fiction, sometimes there's blanks. So like when she comes in the house, when she has to kill, what's the name? Oh, I can't remember the name of the. Or that at the beginning when she comes into the house of that girl, of that woman, and after her daughter comes in, her daughter comes in, and there's I don't know, there's loads of blanks. I like blanks in movies because you're like, oh, what's gonna happen, and and you can see when it's good actors when there's blanks, because I learned that, well, I'm a crap actor, but when I took acting lessons a long time ago, and the teacher told us that blanks in the acting sometimes can be better than when you're talking, so I don't know if it's true. Well, she's a teacher, so she knows better, but it's true that I do like when you can just look in the eyes of the actors and just wait and just, you know something's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh yeah, like Lucille, when she makes that speech, because I haven't watched it in a long time. I know that she makes a speech, yeah, and I love the long speech before she slices the head of that guy. And sorry for that. And I think I learned that speech when because I watched it for like over and over again, that movie, and I think I learned that speech by heart, and I knew it by heart. Because I think I had the CD of the soundtrack, and there was a bit in the CD where it was just that speech, and I learned it by heart. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah, I'm not really fond of when she kills all the guys, but I think there's music in that bit. So whenever there's music, I just love it. I can't remember all of the movie, but I just like the fact that it's a jigsaw. So you don't understand all it at first, but as like Pulp Fiction, you understand all at the end. So, and obviously you have to see the second movie to understand all of it. So I just love the way Tarentino makes his films. It's just so great, and the acting and the music, everything. It's just so great. Yeah, and even like the DVDs are even like interesting. Like they're even like how do you say, artistic. Like it's even like you can make. Yeah, I even had a friend who had put that as a poster in her room. So it's even like could even like, yeah, put it in your room. Next film, so I haven't watched this in a very, very long time. I just remember that I loved it, and I know that it's in, from what I remember, and every time I talk about it with someone, I remember, and I know that people say, it's in one room, only in one room, and it's amazing. And I know that I remember that I loved it, and for a filmmaker to make a film in one room, it's just amazing. And I know why I don't have trouble watching it again. It's because it's very bloody and very harsh and hard and cru, as I said before. So I'm very sensitive. It's weird for me to be a fan of Tarantino and not liking blood, but well, who likes blood? But yeah. But yeah, but I just remember liking it, and good actors as usual, and genius to make a film in one room. And I think of what I remember, good dialogue, as usual. Well, as usual, good actors, good dialogue, good scenario, everything. And I think you understand everything at the end from what I remember. I can't remember. I'm sorry because I picked films and I can't even remember really, but I just know that's a really good film. So if you want to watch Tarantino films, that's one to watch. That's one not to miss. You have to watch that one. And I think that's one of his first ones. Maybe his first one, I'm not sure. Sorry. And obviously that's one of his... well, that's his last one. It's his last one, yes. And also before that one there was Inglourious Basterds, and I want to say it's my favourite one, but oh, I love so many, so... and Inglourious Basterds, so they're a bit similar, Inglourious Basterds and Django. And I just love Mélanie Laurent, French actress. And I love, again, when it's like I like in Django, there's two things, well, it's all the same as the other films, good acting, good music, etc, etc. But as I said in my other videos, I like the little details. So in these two films, Inglourious Basterds and Django, I like there's little details, like when they film from the close-ups. So in Inglourious Basterds there's a bit where Mélanie Laurent and Crystal Waltz are eating, and there's a close-up on the food, on the, I can't remember, it's a dessert, and German dessert. That is really nice, by the way. I can't remember the name. It's Apfelstrudel, and it's like apple layered. Well, it's really nice with the heaps of cream and everything, and and there's a close up, and you can hear with the spoon, and I just love. That's really good filmmaking, and there's the same in Django with the beer. He takes off the mousse of the beer, and I just noticed there's this two same close-ups in the two films. I feel like in the every time Tarantino makes, like, there's films that are similar each time. So Inglourious Basterds, Django are the similar. Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill are similar. Yeah. Well, they're all similar, all of his films, obviously, but there's binary theme. I don't know. And really good acting, really sexy actors. Yeah. And they're really good, and incredible theme. It's really good he made a film like that. I don't think I have to watch it again, that's why I just bought it. Because I haven't seen it since the cinema. So I watched it at the cinema. Can't remember if there's flashbacks in this movie. Because he did it in oh, I'll see. And then maybe I'll tell you in another video. Okay, so Tarantino, my favourite film director. Okay, that's all folks, bye.